Here's the thing about life. If you want something, you have to take the action to get it. Energy is fire. Conversation is right. You can pray for a miracle all day long. You can pray for your circumstances to change. You can pray for all the money in the world. But the point is, what are you going to do with that money? What would that allow you the time and the space to do? Or who would that allow you to be? So just praying for it, hoping for it, trying to manifest it, that is fine. That's good. That's great. It helps you get into that feeling, into that state, and knowing what you want to bring in, knowing what you want your future to look like. But you have to still, on a daily basis, find ways to take action towards it. And I'm saying this as someone who's right alongside you, trying to manifest my dreams, trying to do things. And it's great if the thing that I want just comes into my life, but I still need to take the action to sustain it. If you receive a certain amount of money that you're calling in, or if you receive the job that you're calling in, okay, what are you going to do with that? So start planning for it now. Start prepping for it now. That's why they say prepare for your manifestation to come in, because you want to be able to keep up the momentum when it comes in. Energy needs to move. Currency is energy. It's the current. It's the way that you flow. It's the way that it flows when it comes into you. It doesn't want to just be put at a dead stop. It doesn't want to just hit your bank account and sit there with nowhere to go or nothing to do. It wants to be able to continue flowing, to go different places. So if you have any dreams or wishes for the future, or for when your manifestations come in, then start preparing for it now, so that way you're not shocked, or you're not confused, or you don't feel like you're at a stop when it does come in. That's the thing about manifesting. We get so wrapped up in the praying for it and the writing it down and all the different methods to make it come in, and feeling like it's coming to us and embodying that energy of what's gonna happen when it comes, that we forget to actually take action. There is this, like manifesting guru per se that I listen to, Master Shir Akashna, and he says it's the law of attraction. It's not just attract, you have to take action. The law of attract action, because you need to take action towards what it is that you're trying to bring into. Getting into the feeling state is just one way that you manifest and that you bring it into your reality. But being in the doing state, being in the actually achieving and going after what it is how you really get into that frequency. Because not only are you telling the universe that you're willing to do what it takes to sustain this thing that you want, but you're also showing yourself that you're willing to do what it takes. You're also proving to yourself that you have what it takes, and proving to yourself is what changes your frequency. If we don't prove it to ourselves, then our current state isn't going to change, because we're still staying in the same stuck and stagnant position that got us to where we don't want to be in the first place. That got us to this part and this phase of longing and desiring, instead of actually receiving and being and living within it, and it being in our physical reality. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's about actually altering your state of mind to be able to receive. And you can't alter your state of mind if you're doing the same thing day after day, just trying and hoping you'll receive and waiting for things to change when you do. And I know everybody kind of talks about the same thing in terms of the law of attraction and in terms of manifesting. Everybody kind of says the same thing but has different ways of saying it. And it's not until it clicks into you, it's not until that one person or that one line or that one thing hits your soul just the right way for you to be able to be like, you know what? Yeah, this is what I need to do. And your soul will know. If you want to, receive money so that you can be a amazing painter and buy all the paints that you want and do that, okay, great. Use the paint you have now to be an artist. Use the paint that you have now to create something you want to create. Use use the tools that are at your current disposal to make your dreams start to come into fruition more and more and more. Because you want to be this amazing artist, but you're waiting for all the right paint. Well, when you get the right paint, you're not going to be the skill that you want. So then you'll be waiting to have the skill. So start honing in on having the skill now. Start honing in on the ability now, on the thing that you need to be doing in your physical reality to actually live in accordance with the dream that you're receiving. It's such a slippery slope with manifesting, I feel like, because on one end it's like, yeah, visualize it and feel into it and believe it and know that things are possible without having to do anything. But it's not that you don't have to do anything, it's that you don't have to be something that you're already not. What you have to do is focus on becoming the person you want to be. Focus on getting the skill. Focus on harnessing your emotional state so that you can feel into things with more ease and flow with life with more ease. Focus on up-leveling yourself in the way that you want to up-level. If you want to talk about manifesting, okay, well, start practicing what you preach. Start practicing the things that you want to share. And actually find ways to do it. Put aside an hour every day to read a book about it. Put aside an hour every day to paint the thing. Put aside an hour every day to write as if you're a writer already. Like, these are the things that help get you into the state of receiving, because again, you're telling yourself that you can be the person that you're trying to be. You're telling yourself, your mind is now reprogramming itself to know that, wait, I'm no longer at this level because I'm doing the thing. If we want to receive, we have to do, because our bodies are programmed to go based off what we already know, to go in terms of pattern. So if the pattern that you're giving yourself is the same one day after day, where you're stagnant and you're not really getting anywhere, then you need to insert a new pattern in your life, so that way the body can tell the brain, hey, we're doing a new thing, which means we're being something different, which means now our physical reality and things on the outside of us are going to begin reflecting that, because your mind now understands that things are changing and that it's not as it once was, or it's not as it always has been. It's now a new way and a new state of being. This is how we get control of our mind. This is how we receive. This is how things are drawn to us. This is how we attract in general, even if it's good or bad, is by giving our minds the signal, our body giving our minds the signal to say, this is who we are. So if who you are is just somebody who lays around every single day and isn't actually putting in energy and work towards your dreams or towards the things that you actually want to receive, well, then that's the state that your mind's going to stay in. That's the belief that you're going to continue to have. But if you get up and, go outside or go for a walk or eat different, make yourself a healthy meal, then you're telling yourself, now this is the new person that I'm going to be. And then that's where the repetitiveness comes in and the consistency, because now you need to keep telling yourself that and keep alerting your brain that this is the new way of being. It wasn't just a one-time thing. We need repetitive action in order for it to actually sink in and rewire us and give us a new way of thinking and of being. So that's just something that I wanted to share with you guys, because I'm currently going through the same thing where I finally woke up and was like, you know what? Like, I have to get out of living in this same state and in the same detrimental cycle where I'm inspired for a moment and excited and feel like I can receive, and then I don't take action on it. So then mentally I just plummet back down to, okay, I guess I can't do it. I guess it's not meant for me, because I'm going on this roller coaster of like, yeah, I can do this, and then doing nothing with that energy. And so now where does the energy go? It doesn't have anywhere to go because you're not directing it anywhere. So it's just going to go right back down to its original state of being, which was, let's say, doing nothing, for example, or crying, or being upset, or being negative. and spiraling in this way of thinking that you can't do it, you're not worthy, all these things that start to flood into you because you didn't do anything with the original inspiration that started to flood in. So when inspiration does come, when something does click, you have to grab the energy in that moment and do something with it. And then you have to continue to do that, because it's not enough for one moment to change your entire reality. Now, one moment can change your entire reality, but again, after years and years and time again of doing something one way, it's gonna take repetition for your brain to alert yourself, for your brain to become aware that things are different and that things are changing. So now you're able to start to see the new pattern be reflected in your external reality. So things can happen once, things can happen in a moment, a miracle can happen in a moment, but if you're so used to having that inspiration and not going anywhere with it, then the chances are in that moment of it just happening are not as likely. So you have to allow yourself to be consistent, to be repetitive, to keep doing the thing even when you feel like it's not happening for you, because it's gonna take you a few times, a couple times, maybe a few hundred times, however long it takes your body and your brain to get the momentum, to get the understanding that the energy has changed and it's time for things around you to change with it. All right, so I don't know, that was just like a quick little rant, a quick little conversation on like what it means to manifest, because I know so many of us are trying to do it and so many of us are falling flat and we don't know why, and then we start blaming ourselves and getting back into that pattern of shaming, of spiraling, of negative thinking, of toxic behaviors, and going back into the state of doing nothing because we didn't do something with the inspiration that we did receive. So next time you feel inspired, if that's right now, go do something with it. Go do something with your inspiration. Seriously, set the timer for 30 minutes and see what you can come up with, see what you can create, see what wants to pour from you. And then, okay, 30 minutes after that, you're not feeling as inspired. That's okay. That's okay. Don't force yourself into it. Just take those inspired moments and take action. And the more you keep taking action, the more things will flow into your life, and the more you'll be able to receive the thing that you've been longing for, because you're proving to yourself that you can keep up with the momentum of the energy of something greater, of something better. So I hope this helped you. That was a quick little chat, quick little discussion as I'm feeling through the energies. I just thought that maybe somebody else could hear this as well. If it did help you, just let me know down in the comments if you needed to hear this today. You know, give this video a like, thumbs up, leave a comment. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Just join this little community. We're manifesting, we're growing, we're healing, we're doing the things. But we're also still human, and just want you to also know that you're right where you're supposed to be. Okay, I love you. You have a great day. Bye.